Hi, I'm Sam with Grocery Coupon Network, and today I want to talk to you about building a stockpile. Now, there's several kinds of stockpiles you could do, and so I'm going to be doing this video in two parts. So this is the first part, and it's all about stockpiling food. So there's a fine line between building a stockpile and being a hoarder and someone having to dig you out of your house. So keep that in mind when you're buying stuff at great prices. Take into account the space you have and how you'll use it. And stockpiling requires a lot of organization. You need to kind of organize things by their expiration dates, know what you have. An inventory list can be a really helpful thing, and just kind of stay on top of it, because if you don't, I promise you, you'll lose products to expiration dates. Things will get smashed or broken or not be able to be used in your cabinet or your area that you're storing stuff. Something will happen that you'll overbuy and end up with 45 boxes of cereal if you don't know what you have already. So I want to talk to you just a little bit today about how to start a stockpile. And it can be kind of intimidating because as a new couponer, I feel like you think, I have to build the stockpile immediately to save all this money. But the best way to build a stockpile is to buy stuff as you see it on sale at stock up prices. Get as much as you can handle to use within the given time period and store safely and efficiently, and just get great deals so you have the stuff on hand. So these are some of the items, food items, that I stockpile on a regular basis. And I'll tell you a little bit about how I saved on them and why I picked these items. And a big one for us is marinara sauce. There are a lot of dishes that I cook with marinara sauce. We use it for a lot of different things. Even in soups, we make our own pizzas and sometimes we use it. So it's a great product in my household that we use a lot. I probably keep about 6 on hand at any given time, and that could go up to about 10 if I get a really great deal. So my storage space is not huge, so I have to stay on top of what I have and get the best deals at the best price. So for me, a jar of pasta sauce like this, I would say a great deal is around $1 or less. Now, anywhere in there, about 20 cents either way, I would probably pick it up. Under $1, I would definitely stockpile. So this was on sale. It's normally $3.29 at Safeway. It was on sale for $1.37 with Just For You, and I had a 50 cents off 2 coupon, so I ended up paying $1.12 for this. So I bought 4. It's not something I need to buy a case of to get a great, fantastic deal. It's a good enough deal. I bought a couple to add to my stockpile, and I'm okay with that. Peanut butter. I have 2 boys, and peanut butter is a hit in my household. So anytime I can get a good deal on peanut butter, I'll buy it. Now, peanut butter prices have kind of gone up, so a good deal can vary just depending on what you like. This is a Skippy natural peanut butter. I paid $1.50 for this. That was because of a Just For You deal, and then you got a better price if you bought 4 or more. And then this is a little fancier Justin's Natural Almond Butter from Whole Foods. I paid $3.99 for this, which is about half price than what it's usually priced. So we like both. We kind of go back and forth. The boys have their preferences, so if I see either, I'll pick them up. And good deals can vary by region. It just depends where you live, what coupon policies there are, what stores you have. So know your prices and know what's a good deal for you. I don't live where they double coupons. We're not in a competitive grocery market, so you might be able to get a way better deal on something in your area if you do have coupons doubled. So keep that in mind and know what prices are good for you to stock up. Mayonnaise is something that we also use a lot of in my house, especially in summer when we're having guests over and cookouts. I make a lot of sides that use mayonnaise. We eat sandwiches a lot for lunch. So mayonnaise is something I don't keep a ton of because it doesn't really have all that long of an expiration date. This one expires in August. So it would take us a little bit of time to go through the size, so I'm not going to buy 10 of these if I get a good deal. I would say a stock-up price for me on mayonnaise for this size is about $1.50. Tuna is something we love in this house. I use it in different casseroles. We eat it for lunch, sandwiches, tuna salad. We put it on green salads. So tuna is a product we like, and I'm particular about my brand. I prefer Bumblebee, solid white albacore. And so this is the solid white albacore. This is the chunk white albacore. The solid white albacore is a little more expensive. If I can get it for about 50 cents a can, that's a really good stock up price for me, and I will buy like 10, 15, 20 of those because we go through them pretty quickly and they have a pretty good shelf life. The chunk light tuna, if I can get it under 50 cents a can, I'll buy it, but our preference is the solid. Any kind of canned tomatoes we use a lot of. We do a lot of soups and stews, make our own pizza, all that kind of stuff. So if I can get this for 50 cents or $1, I'll buy it. I buy my canned tomatoes usually because I prefer organic by the case even sometimes. If I get a better deal, a case discount, or if Costco's having a sale. Not too long ago, they had the Del Monte diced tomatoes, organic, buy one case, get one free. So we had a lot of tomatoes for a little while, but it's something I use a ton of. So I don't hesitate if I find a good deal on that to get a lot. These soups are something that I use for casseroles and cream of chicken and cream of mushroom. And these will run you about $2, $2.50. They're an organic brand, Pacific. But Pacific lots of times has website coupons that can be stacked with Whole Foods coupons. So I paid 50 cents for both of these, which to me is a stock up price because it's 25% of their normal cost. And they're something I'll use. I like the brand. I like that they're organic. So these were some items that we stockpile. Cereal is another big item in our house that we stockpile. I would go for around under $1 for a stock up price for cereal. We have a lot of coffee also that I keep in my pantry. And any item in your stockpile that you use a lot of is going to be worthwhile if you get it at less of a price than you would have to pay if you ran out and ran to the store. So keep that in mind and determine what your stock up price is and how many you'd like to have on hand to not have to do that, to not have to run to Target and pay $7.99 for a bag of coffee. So think about how often you go through something, how much you need in, say, a month. And then I really think it's important to stay on top of your inventory. I organize by expiration dates. I put the soonest to expire in the front and go back from there. And that way I don't have to sift through everything when I'm pulling it out. I just grab the front one, move them forward, and when I come home with a shopping trip, I reorganize. So that's how I do my stockpile with food. And be on the lookout for another video about some other stockpiles. And hopefully this was very helpful to you.